Hello, I'm Edgar Russ, native from Austria. With 17 years I came here to Cremona to make the violin making school Antonio Stradivari. After school I went to America to get some working experience, and after a certain time, a little bit less than 1 year over there, I came back to Europe, to Cremona. And I, actually without thinking too much, I opened my own workshop. What made me become a violin maker? I'm the youngest child of 5 children. To be the youngest child, you actually have to make a lot of noise to attract attention. And so probably this was one reason that I was always attracted by things who made noise, and specifically musical instruments. Everything from guitar, flutes, saxophone, and at the very end violins, which just happened to me. It was a logical consequence at a certain point after I made a few guitars to construct violins. Once I made my first scroll, I remember it was just such an exciting experience every day after I worked on this piece of wood for hours and hours to look what I've done and what I've created and how it was popping up out of this piece of wood, and it was extremely satisfying. The characteristics of my master violins are actually that they are entirely made by myself. From the very beginning, from the choosing the wood to making the entire instrument, the varnish. I make my varnish myself, I don't buy it somewhere. I just do everything, whatever I can do in order to have everything under control. Having everything under control and choosing everything myself means, for instance, for the wood. You can buy wood now actually all over in the United States, in Europe, from Austria, Romania, Slovenia, Italy. By choosing the wood, from the very beginning I just thought, why should I buy the wood in a different place than where the great masters bought their wood, just in the Val di Fiemme, because they didn't have the way to get wood from more far away. So they just went into Venice, into the port, choose the trees, and then they got them via the river back to Cremona. So now I don't go to Venice to choose my wood, I have to be honest. But I go up into the valley Val di Fiemme, and I know there the people who work in the forest for the whole life, and I just tell them, choose me a few woods, and around Christmas I go there, pick out of those trees a few trees, and like this I have for thousands and thousands of violins. I have wood at my house at home. It's a very, very good wood, and it's perfect choice of wood for making great instruments. Same thing with the varnish. You can buy a ready varnish and put it on. It looks great. It's probably more transparent than this one. But I have a certain progress, 30 years of working by achieving slowly the right varnish. So right now I think I have a very good concept, which is very, very close to what the big great masters Stradivari, Guarnieri made. So I'm very happy with it. Regarding the strings, many people ask me, oh Edgar, why do you put on dominant strings? Nobody's using them anymore. Yeah, that's true. But the whole world of musicians, they know, for instance, on the violin, the dominant strings. So you put on a new violin dominant strings, everybody in the world takes the violin, plays it, and knows how this violin is sounding. Is it possible to customize a violin? Of course. I have several customers. Not of all I can tell who they are and what I have done, but you can customize every instrument and putting written things, family logos and inlays, very nice ones with precious materials, very precious materials. And if you can just make your dream violin the way you are dreaming how it should be, it's a pleasure to do it. Very often people ask me, how comes that the violin is so expensive? Usually in the last years I'm raising my price and raising it, and I still feel that the instruments are too economic for what they actually are. This is me who says it because I make it, and I know how much energy and time of my life is dedicated to make things to happen and to be like this. But to talk a little bit more generally, it's actually you pay the time somebody is dedicating to one thing, somebody who dedicates his own life. For many years, I woke up in the morning, I had my breakfast coffee on the working bench, and I worked every day, Saturday, Sunday, every day until midnight. I'm tending to be a workaholic. I love my work, maybe even too much. Every time I make a violin, it's not that, oh, another violin. No, it's now I make the right violin. Just think of Enzo Ferrari, who said the best Ferrari is the next one I will make. It's just the same with violins.